So today's topic is limitations of Ohm's law, NCERT 12th standard physics, chapter 3.6. First we will see about the ideal case. Ideal case means the relation between current and voltage will have a constant slope. This is for linear Ohm's law. But for good conductors, up to this point, it behaves like it has a linear relationship between current and voltage. But when the current exceeds a particular limit, even the good conductor will deviate from the linear path. So in this case, up to this point, it obeys Ohm's law. Afterwards, it does not obey Ohm's law. That is after some current, critical current. Okay, that is first point. So here it obeys Ohm's law. Afterwards, it is not obeying Ohm's law. Now coming to the nonlinear characteristics of a diode, you will be learning about diode characteristics. So when it is forward bias means this anode is given positive and the cathode is given negative. If we plot, say for silicon diode, at 0.6, 0.5 cut in, 0.6 and 0.7 volts it starts conducting. At 1 volt, roughly the current will be 20 milliamps in the forward bias condition. If I say forward bias, this is given positive voltage and this is given negative voltage. Of course, you have to connect a resistance to protect the diode. But when the same diode is reverse bias means this diode is positive is connected to negative and negative is connected to positive. Okay, this is reverse bias connection. So when it goes as a particular threshold point, say minus 60 volts, it will start conducting. But till then the current is roughly, the value lies roughly between 0 to 10 microamps. That means its value is in microamps. Okay, so if you take in the forward characteristics, if you take the voltage at 1 volts, you will get 20 milliamps. That means the forward resistance is 1 by 20 milliamp, 1000 by 20, which is 50 ohms. Here is also it is non-linear. In the reverse bias, when you reverse the diode at minus 60 volts, roughly at this point you have 10 microamps. Now 60 by 10 microamps is 6 mega ohms. So that means in the reverse bias condition, the resistance of the diode is roughly around 6 mega ohms. This is very high. So both in the forward bias and the reverse bias, it is not at all linear. So basically a diode is a non-linear device. So in this case, this diode will not obey Ohm's law since the characteristic curve is not linear. Most of the electronic components will not obey Ohm's law. Okay. Now coming back to another example. Suppose if you consider gallium arsenide. Now you take gallium arsenide material. Basically it's a electronic it is a material used to make electronic components, especially LEDs. So when you increase the voltage in this direction, you take current in y-axis. So what happens is initially it goes like this, it starts bending out and at a particular point. So here and all it is piecewise linear. Therefore we can say it is having positive resistance. But after some point, say threshold point, when voltage increases, current starts decreasing. Okay, that's why this region from here to here we call it as negative resistance region. Usually for the general graph is when voltage increases, current also should increase. This is positive resistance. Whereas here when the voltage increases, this current is decreasing. That means this from here to here it is called negative resistance region and this is called valley point. Okay, so this does not have a linear relationship between voltage and current. So this gallium arsenide will not obey Ohm's law. These are some of the limitations we have explained in this topic, most of the electronic components will not obey Ohm's law because most of them are non-linear. Even for good conductors, I have told you, only from this point to this point it follows the really linear relationship between current and voltage. Afterwards, when it crosses a certain threshold limit of the current, even the conductors will deviate from the ideal relationship, that is linear Ohm's law relationship. So this is the basic behavior of a good conductor when it crosses a certain limit of the current. Before this level, it obeys Ohm's law. So that's all about limitations of Ohm's law. And as I already told you, when you take readings for Ohm's law, the surrounding conditions, temperature, everything should be constant. Hope you have understood the limitations of Ohm's law. Thanks for watching. Nandri.